Teacher, have you been having trouble with your memory lately?
The doctor's words filled the examination room. I just nodded. Last week, when I couldn't even mention my grandchild's name, and yesterday, when I made soup twice. It was all true. It looks like early signs of dementia. Dementia. The moment that word struck my ears, I felt this body, in which I had lived for 70 years, crumbling. On the way home, the scenery flowing outside the bus window felt unfamiliar. This neighborhood where I've lived for 50 years, this alley I walk through every day. It felt awkward, like it was the first time I was seeing the place. As I opened the front door and stepped inside, I saw a black and white photo of my husband. The person who passed away 5 years ago. He served as the village head for over 30 years and was the most respected person in the village. Honey, I called his name without realizing it. There was no answer. Only the silence of the empty house enveloped me. As I was heading to the kitchen, I suddenly stopped. My husband's study door was slightly open. A place that hasn't been touched for 5 years. Today, it felt like that gap was calling me. I pushed the door slowly. The smell of dust tickled my nose. Glasses and a fountain pen remained on the desk, and a town map hung on the wall. I opened the drawer. An old notebook caught my eye. The brown leather cover was shiny from hand-sewn hands, and the corners were frayed. When I unfolded it, my husband's handwriting appeared on the first page. March 2, 1975. Today, I discovered a stone pillar on the side of a mountain. It looks like someone marked it on purpose. An investigation is needed. What does it mean? I turned the page. A dense record was created by date. Village events, resident disputes, land boundary issues, everything from the past 30 years was recorded. However, one sentence caught my eye. 2025 Nyan, Mayuli Salajal Geosida, 2025. It was this year. My hands were shaking. Is it because of dementia? Or maybe it's because of this sentence. The next page had more specific details. Beware of black cars. They are targeting the village. Never sell the land. Keep the secret under the mountain. Black passenger car. At that moment, the sound of an engine was heard outside the window. That low, heavy, luxury car-specific sound. I pulled back the curtains. There was a black sedan parked in front of the gate. Today's story is a special one that will resonate with you. Please subscribe and turn on notifications. Sit comfortably or lie down. Please listen slowly. Let's begin today's story. The car door opened. 2 men in suits got off. One was carrying a briefcase. Another one looked around with sunglasses on. They knocked on the door. Are you there? The voice was polite, but for some reason, my spine felt chilled.
Nanun sukiobil kkewag jwigo hyungwenulo hyang hasta.
I saw the men's faces on the intercom screen. A neat face that looks like it's about 40 years old. It wasn't threatening, but why am I so anxious? Opened the door. Hello, this is Kim Min-soo, the planning team leader of construction. I handed over my business card. Shiny gold lettering. It was a large company. We are listening to the opinions of residents regarding the development project in this village. Could you spare me a moment? Development? Yes. We plan to develop this area into a rural housing complex. We also plan to provide generous compensation to the residents. His speech was gentle. The smile was kind too. The sentences in the notebook kept lingering in my head. Beware of black cars. I'm sorry, I'm not interested. Oh, then please take a look at this material. The compensation is 30% higher than the market price. He spread out the documents. The numbers were packed. It was a large sum of money. More than enough money for retirement. But my husband's handwriting flashed before my eyes. Never sell the land. It's okay, I told you I'm not interested. The voice came out more resolute than mine. The man's smile hardened. A colleague wearing sunglasses took a step closer. Grandma, wouldn't it be awkward if everyone else signed the contract but you were the only one who opted out? It's a threat. Get out. Oh, don't do that. I told you to get out. The door is closed. My heart was pounding like it was going to burst. I opened my notebook with trembling hands. The next page read, "They will come 3 times. The first time with a smile, the second time with a threat, the third time." What about the third one? The next line was torn. It looked like someone had ripped it off on purpose. Why? The phone rang. He was the eldest son. "Mom, it's Seongin. You went to the hospital today? What did the doctor say?" "It's dementia." "What? Dementia?" I said it was early. "It's still okay." I heard a sigh. "Mom, so you can't live alone anymore? How about coming to our house in Seoul?" "No, Mom, this is not the time to be stubborn. Dementia is a progressive disease. Later, you might not even be able to eat." "I'm okay." Sigh, "You always say it's okay." "Okay, I'll come down this weekend. Let's talk then." The call was disconnected. His son's voice was more filled with annoyance than worry. I knew. Taking me to Seoul is not an act of filial piety, but rather a safety device. "I guess I'll come for a nursing home consultation." I looked out the window. The black sedan was still standing. The men got into the car and slowly drove away. The smell of exhaust fumes was carried on the wind. I opened the notebook again. I turned the pages and followed my husband's notes. June 15, 1978. An old stone monument was discovered near the top of the mountain. It's written in Chinese characters, so it's difficult to decipher. I should ask the village elders. February 3, 1979. According to the elders, there are ruins from the old dynasty underground in this village. There is a legend that says you shouldn't touch it. Ruins. I got the feeling that what developers were after wasn't just land. They knew something. My husband knew too. But why didn't my husband tell anyone? I turned the page again. October 12, 1985. Unidentified people came to visit in Seoul. They told me to sell the land. When I refused, he threatened me. "You have to be careful." It was 40 years ago. Even back then, someone was targeting this village. March 20, 1986. Someone broke into the study last night. I didn't take anything, but the desk was rummaged through. You should hide your notebook somewhere safer. Invasion. It sent shivers down my spine. The fear my husband must have felt 40 years ago seemed to be transmitted to me now. At that moment, a sound was heard from the yard. Footstep. Someone was climbing over the wall. I thought my heart stopped. I slowly opened the curtains and looked outside. There was no one in the yard. The branches were swaying in the wind. Was it a mistake? No. Footprints were clearly visible on the ground. Sneaker marks. Large size. Someone really came into the yard. My hands were shaking. Should I call the police? But what should I say? It was obvious it would be dismissed as a delusion by a dementia-stricken elderly person. I hugged my notebook tightly to my chest. If this is true, if this secret my husband has kept for 50 years is true, I had to protect it by myself. But how? What can a 70-year-old with dementia do? Bami Gipiagasta. I couldn't sleep. I opened my notebook again and again. I traced my husband's handwriting with my finger and recalled his voice. Are you okay? You are a strong person." It was something my husband often said when he was alive. I didn't know then. Why did you say that? I think I know now. My husband knew that one day I will have to take on this fight alone. Dawn began to break outside the window. 5 There was another noise outside the front door. This time it was certain. Someone was shaking the front door. I opened the front door. A young man was standing. Late 20s, wearing jeans and a hoodie. It was a familiar face. "Grandma, here I am. This is Kim Ji-hoon." "Ji-hoon?" "Yes. Do you remember coming down from Seoul last year and living in an empty house next to the community center?" Only then did I remember. A young man who gave up life in Seoul and returned to the countryside at a young age. The townspeople were gossiping, saying, "Young people these days are really strange." What's the matter? Last night, I saw a suspicious person near my grandmother's house and followed him. I saw it go over the wall. Really? Yes. So I was thinking about reporting it to the police, but I'll tell my grandmother first. I think it's right to tell you. I was overwhelmed with gratitude. But at the same time, I had doubts. Can I trust this young man? A notebook came to mind. There was a passage like this in my husband's records. The truth comes from unexpected places. Don't ignore the young people. Come in, have a cup of tea before you go. Ji-hoon cautiously entered the house. I poured barley tea from the kitchen. Grandma, there's been a lot of strange things happening in the village these days, right? Something strange? Developers are just running around. Everyone is pressuring me to sell my land. I heard there was a lot of noise coming from Mr. Park's house yesterday. Okay, yes. And the strange thing is, there's a pattern to the houses I've contracted. Ji-hoon took out his phone and showed me the map. There was a red dot on the village map. Here, here, here. These are all houses close to the mountain. Doesn't it seem like there's some kind of intention behind it? My heart sank. Ji-hoon was right. The developers weren't moving randomly. They were concentrating on attacking the houses surrounding the mountain. Why? Secret under the mountain. A sentence from my notebook came to mind. Ji-hoon, yes? I have something to show you. But after you see this, you must never tell anyone. What are you talking about? I went to the study and got a notebook. Ji-hoon spread it out in front of me. What is it? This is a village record that my husband wrote for 30 years. But there's something strange here. Pointed to the 2025 prophecy. Ji-hoon's eyes widened. 2025, the village disappears? Okay. And look, I told you to watch out for black cars. That car came yesterday. Ji-hoon started flipping through the notebook. A look of surprise spread across my face on every page. Grandma, is this real? The story of the relics, the blackmail incident from 40 years ago. It's all true. My husband was a man who never lied. So what the developers are after now is not just the land, but the ruins. I think so. Ji-hoon thought for a while and then opened his mouth. Grandma, I originally majored in history. I worked as a museum curator in Seoul. Okay, yes. So, I came down here to study ancient Korean history. Could you please take a closer look at this notebook? I hesitated. Hajiman jihaniwi nunbichi jinjihesta. There was no lie. Good. But you have to be careful. Someone broke into the yard last night. All right. I'll install a security camera. These days, there are things that run on batteries. Ji-hoon got up from his seat. Grandma, first I'll organize the contents of this notebook. Estimate the location of the ruins and compare it with the movements of developers. And Grandma, huh? Have you been diagnosed with dementia? I was surprised. How did you know? The villagers were talking. But Grandma, I don't think that's the case at all. Your speech is clear and your judgment is sound. The doctor said so. It's early dementia. Have you been under a lot of stress lately? Well, I was lonely living alone after my husband passed away. Then it could be because of that. It's called pseudodementia, and it's caused by stress or depression. There are cases where dementia-like symptoms appear. There was hope. What if I really don't have dementia? Please get tested again. At another hospital. I know a neurologist. I'll introduce you to him. Thank you, Ji-hoon. No, I am the one who is grateful for showing me such valuable information. As a true historian, it's a heart-pounding experience. After Ji-hoon left, I sat there blankly for a while. It was the first thought that came to mind. I'm not alone. Sunlight poured in through the window. The roses in the yard were in full bloom. It was a flower my husband had been growing while he was alive. Cheer up. Let's overcome this together. I thought I could hear my husband's voice. The phone rang. It was an unknown number. Hello? This is Kim Min-soo from construction. There were a lot of mistakes yesterday. My heart sank. I'd like to meet and talk again. Is tomorrow a good time for you? Second visit. It was as predicted in the notebook. The first time with a smile, the second time with a threat. No, I do not want. We won't meet. Grandma, this isn't just your problem. It's a town-wide issue. If only the grandmother opposes, other residents will suffer. It was a threat. If Grandma keeps doing this, we'll have no choice. You may need to take legal action. If it's a public project, compulsory acquisition is possible. Then do that. You will really regret it. The phone was disconnected. My whole body trembled, but at the same time, anger welled up. I lived in this land for 50 years. I lived with my husband, planting trees, cultivating fields, and helping neighbors. This was my whole life. I couldn't sell it for a few pennies. Moreover, I couldn't destroy the secret my husband had kept his entire life. In the evening, Ji-hoon came back again. I brought my laptop. Grandma, this is awesome. What? I compared the coordinates of the Chinese characters in the notebook with the current map. It's exactly halfway up the mountain behind the village. And do you know where that location is? What is it? This is the site of a secret royal warehouse during the Joseon dynasty. It is a place that is only recorded in literature and its actual location has not been found. The location is somewhere I couldn't find. Storage? Yes. This is the place where royal treasures were evacuated during the Imjin War. That's what I'm saying here. I felt dizzy. So, that's what the developers were aiming for from the beginning. And Grandma. Ji-hoon's voice lowered. Construction. On the surface it's a construction company, but in reality it's a relic smuggling organization. I heard a rumor when I was going to the museum. They legally acquired land, then secretly stole the relics and sold them overseas. Then what should we do? I need proof. Definite evidence that they're actually targeting the ruins. Clear evidence of targeting. How? I think I should go to the mountain myself. Check the location in the notebook and see if there are any signs of grave robbery. Isn't it dangerous? Are you okay? I'll be careful. And Grandma, never walk around alone. Those people, I don't think they're a joke. Ji-hoon left, and night came again. I opened the last page of my notebook. There was my husband's last message. December 25, 2020. My time is running out. The doctor said 3 months. I'm sorry to put all this on you. But I believe you can do it. Lamyun hal su ishal giola midnanda. Because you are the bravest person I know. I love you, Youngsuk. Tears streamed down my face. My husband knew. I knew this fight would start after I left. And that I have to face it alone. Why didn't you tell me in advance? No. Even if I told you, you wouldn't have believed me. If you haven't experienced this until now. It was dark outside the window. It was a starless night. But then I saw a light from the mountainside. Flashlight light. Someone was climbing the mountain in the middle of the night. I made a phone call. It was Ji-hoon. Ji-hoon, are you in the mountain now? No, I'm at home. Why? Then what is that light? What light is that? I see a flashlight beam halfway up the mountain. What? Right now? Yeah, now. Grandma, never go outside. I'll go now. I'll call the police too. Okay, be careful. I hung up the phone and leaned against the window, looking at the mountains. The light gradually rose upwards. 2, 3, there were several. The direction they were going was the location marked in the notebook. 10 minutes later, Ji-hoon came running. I took out my binoculars, panting. I prepared it. If you look at it this way. I saw the mountain through binoculars. People were seen under the lights. I was holding a shovel. I was digging the ground. That's grave robbery, Grandma. Now? Yes. We haven't even bought the land yet, and they're already digging it up. It's a complete criminal organization. What about the police? I reported it to 112. But it will take 30 minutes to get here. At that moment, a light began to descend down the mountain. Come towards us. Grandma, hide. I turned off the lights and closed the curtains. The sound of breathing pounding in my ears. Footsteps were heard outside the front door. There were several people. Grandma's house is here. Knock on the door. At this hour? You should be sleeping. Doesn't care. Wake up. They were rough voices. Knock knock. Knocked on the door. Grandma, are you there? Didn't answer. Ji-hoon held my hand tightly. If you don't open the door, I'll break it down and come in. I thought my heart stopped. Then a siren was heard from afar. It was a police officer. Fuck, it's the police. Jump out. The sound of footsteps grew distant. The lights on the mountain also moved quickly and then disappeared. Ji-hoon opened the door and went out. 2 police cars stopped at the entrance to the village. It's here. Here. The police officers came running. Are you the one who reported it? Yes. I saw people digging graves in the mountains. Is it still there? It was there a little while ago, but it ran away. I'll check. The police went up the mountain. I came down after about an hour. There are signs of digging, but no one is there. For now, we will preserve the scene and have the forensic team come and investigate tomorrow. We have to catch those people. There has to be evidence. Even if it's CCTV or eyewitness statements. I told you I saw it. That's not enough. Do you know exactly who it is? I was speechless. I didn't see the face. I only saw shadows in the darkness. First, we will strengthen patrols. Grandma, be careful too. The police left. Ji-hoon sat down. I'm screwed. If this happens, those people will be more careful. What should I do? Evidence. We need conclusive evidence. What? Those people are construction, they're after the relics, and there is evidence that they actually robbed the tombs. That's what makes it on the news, what makes the Cultural Heritage Administration take action, and what stops development. How? Ji-hoon was lost in thought. Grandma, this is a risky request. Say it. When those people come back tomorrow, record it. The conversation. It's about making them say for themselves what they're after. Are you asking me to be bait? Sorry. It's too dangerous. It wasn't. Rather, this seemed right. In this land where I've lived for 50 years, I couldn't escape the secret my husband kept. Good. I'll do it. I'll do it. Grandma, are you okay? Even though I'm old, I'm not a coward. Ji-hoon's eyes turned red. I will definitely be by your side. If anything happens, I'll come running right away. Thanks. That night, I couldn't sleep. I was afraid of tomorrow. But at the same time, I was determined. There was no place to retreat anymore. 900 the next morning. The doorbell rang. It was as expected. When I looked at the monitor, Kim Min-soo came to visit. But this time I wasn't alone. There were 3 big men together. Third visit. I pressed the recording button on my phone. Put it in your pocket. Ji-hoon was waiting, hiding in the house next door. Opened the door. Grandma, have you thought about it? Kim Min-soo's smile had disappeared. Only cold eyes remained. I told you, I'm not selling it. Grandma, this isn't your choice. The men behind me took a step closer one by one. 80% of the villagers have already signed the contract. If Grandma doesn't do it, the business will fail. Then who will be responsible for the damage? That's your problem, not mine. Grandma, Kim Min-soo smiled shyly. I'll be honest with you. We don't need this land. What's underground is what you need. My heart sank. Finally revealed his true feelings. What are you talking about? There's no way you wouldn't know. Something my husband has kept his whole life. The Joseon royal family's secret warehouse. I got goosebumps all over my body. They knew it all from the beginning. Do you know what's there? Gold Buddha statues, jade seals, royal treasures. It's worth hundreds of billions now. Is that really true? Of course. We've been researching this for over 10 years. I'm sure. It was being recorded. All words. So what do you want me to do? It's simple. Just hand over the land to my grandmother. Then I'll double the reward. 500 million. No, I do not want. Grandma. Kim Min-soo's eyes turned cold. If you refuse now, we will have to change our methods. Our way. What? A man came into the house from behind. I looked around the living room. Grandma, you live alone, right? Your children are in Seoul. If something happens here, no one will know. It wasn't a threat. It was a real threat. I'm going out. Otherwise I'll call the police. Call me. Just tell them that your grandmother fell and got hurt before we got here. The man took a step closer. At that moment, the door next door flew open. Ji-hoon ran out. What are you doing? Who are you? I called the police. They're on their way. Kim Min-soo clicked his tongue. Shit. Withdraw. The men stepped back. I got into the car. Kim Min-soo rolled down the window and said, "Grandma, I'll just bear with it until today. I don't know what will happen from tomorrow." The car left. Ji-hoon came running. "Grandma, are you okay?" "Huh." I recorded it. I took out my phone and played it. Kim Min-soo's voice was clearly heard. "What's underground is what you need. The Joseon royal family's secret warehouse. This is awesome. This will do. What do we do now? I will report this to the Cultural Heritage Administration and the National Police Agency. Send it to the press too. At this point, it'll be on the news." There was hope. At loss. But that evening, I received word that an emergency residences meeting was being held at the village hall. "What meeting?" "It's about development. Grandma, it's been a long time." I had a bad feeling, but I couldn't avoid it. When we arrived at the hall, it was full of residents. There seemed to be over 50 people. Kim Min-soo was standing in front. "Okay, residents, I've gathered you here today because I have something important to discuss." I grabbed the microphone. "The development project is now in danger of being cancelled because of Grandma Park Young-suk." There was a commotion. "We promise you a compensation 30% higher than the market price." But one grandmother was against it, so the business didn't work out. "Then what about our money?" Someone shouted. "That's right. Aren't we suffering because of Grandma alone? Grandma, please stamp it." Protests poured in from all sides. My heart sank. They were neighbors. We were people who lived together our entire lives. "Everyone." I stood up and shouted. "Those people are lying. It's not development. It's theft." "What? There are Joseon dynasty relics beneath our village. Those people are trying to steal it." "Grandma, what nonsense are you talking about?" "It's not nonsense. I have proof." I took out my phone and played the recording file. Kim Min-soo's voice echoed throughout the hall. "What's underground is what you need. The Joseon royal family's secret warehouse." The intestines were in an uproar. "What is it? Is grave robbery real?" Kim Min-soo laughed. It was a laugh. "Grandma, do you have dementia?" "What? Isn't this a fabrication? It's something an old man with dementia made after seeing something. It's not manipulation." "Then prove it." "Ujiogi Jinja Istego. There really are ruins." "There isn't any. There isn't any. You must have mistaken me after reading my ex-husband's diary." The residents were murmuring. "Grandma, you've been acting strange lately." "Yeah, I saw it too." He was walking around muttering to himself. "I think I have dementia. The world has fallen apart." No one believed me. Ji-hoon stood up. "I saw it too. Grave robbery in the mountains." "Who are you?" "This is Kim Ji-hoon. I moved last year." "Oh, that young man who got kicked out of Seoul. Isn't he plotting with Grandma?" "No. If you don't have any evidence, get out." The atmosphere was the worst. Everyone treated us like liars. After the meeting, the residents left one by one. No one made eye contact with us. On the way home, I cried. "Grandma, are you okay? Are you okay?" It was a lie. It wasn't okay. The neighbors I've lived with my whole life have turned their backs on me. The world has fallen apart. I opened the front door and went in. The lights were on. I clearly turned it off and left. I went into the living room. 3 men were sitting on the sofa. "Grandma, I've been waiting for you." Kim Min-soo must also reveal that he was actually a victim. The moment I was about to scream, my mouth was blocked. Someone grabbed me from behind. "Please be quiet." It was a cold voice. Ji-hoon tried to jump in, but a man blocked his way. "If you move, Grandma will get hurt." "What are you doing?" "Just do as I say and stay quiet. Nothing will happen." Namjaga Naleul Wije Angiasta. I was restrained. "I'm sorry, Grandma, but there's nothing I can do." Kim Min-soo stood in front. There was no smile on his face. Only a tired expression remained. "Where is my notebook?" "Doesn't exist." "Lie. We talked about it in the conference room today." "Husband's record. I just threw it away." "Grandma." Kim Min-soo sighed. "Don't do this. I'm not originally this kind of person." "What?" I'm just doing this because of debt. It was an unexpected remark. What are you talking about? My younger brother. It's leukemia. The treatment costs 200 million won, but I don't have the money. Guli coi il matayan gioyayo, that's why I took on this job. My voice trembled. It didn't seem like a lie. I agreed to receive 50 million won if I just finish this job. That would solve the urgent problem right away. So you're taking other people's land and stealing their relics? I didn't know. At first I thought it was a real development project. But the company president is a really bad guy. Kim Min-soo sat down. I just wanted to save my brother. That's all. I saw tears. Real tears. My heart ached. This person was also a victim. Mr. Kim Min-soo. Yes? I understand that you want to save your younger brother. I also wanted to save my husband. Grandma, but that doesn't mean you can do bad things. I know, but what will I do if my brother dies? Silence fell. Then Ji-hoon opened his mouth. Mr. Kim Min-soo, do you know who your boss is? This is Park Jae-sok. Why? That guy did the same thing 10 years ago. I got caught robbing a tomb in Jeongju. But I covered it up with money and got away with it. What? And the people who worked there were all thrown away. He didn't give me a single penny of the money he promised. Kim Min-soo's face hardened. Lie. It's true. Try searching. I took out my cell phone. Showed a news article. Kim Min-soo read the article. His face turned pale. This kid lied to me? You are also a disposable piece of trash. When it's over, we'll destroy the evidence. Kim Min-soo hit a wall. Fuck. Anger exploded. Other men were also embarrassed. Brother, calm down. Really? My brother is dying? But this won't do. Kim Min-soo saw me. His eyes wavered. Grandma, I'm sorry. I let go of your hand. I'm so sorry. I didn't know. I know, but what do we do now? What about my little brother? Mr. Kim Min-soo. Ji-hoon approached. Let's hold hands. What? Please help me catch Park Jae-sok. If you testify internally, it will be certain. But, let's crowdfund my brother's medical expenses. I'll help you. Post it on SNS and report it to the media. That kind of thing is going well these days. Really? Yes. Instead, you must become a witness. Kim Min-soo thought about it for a long time. Great. I will do it. The atmosphere has changed, but there's a problem. What? Park Jae-sok will come in person tomorrow. If I can't convince my grandmother, she'll fire me. What? And I will handle it myself. What does it mean? It wasn't a threat. It was a real danger. Then we don't have time. We need to secure decisive evidence by tonight. How? Ji-hoon thought. I have to go to the mountain. I have to find the ruins and take pictures. In the middle of the night? Yes. It's now or never. It's dangerous. Anyway, if Park Jae-sok comes tomorrow, it'll be even more dangerous. That was right. Good. Let's go. Grandma too? Of course. It's my land. 3 people looked at me. A 70-year-old man climbs a mountain in the middle of the night? I can do it. I did a lot of hiking when I was young. It wasn't a lie. I went to the mountains with my husband every week. Great. Then let's get ready. Kim Min-soo took the equipment from the car. Flashlight, rope, shovel. This was originally for grave robbing, but now it's for securing evidence. I smiled bitterly. 11 p.m. 4 people started climbing the mountain. In the darkness, only a flashlight illuminated the path. I'm out of breath. My legs were shaking, but it didn't stop. 1 hour to the location written in the notebook. Arrived at the halfway point. It's here. Kim Min-soo unfolded the map. The GPS coordinates matched. It should be somewhere nearby. I lit the surroundings with a flashlight. Trees, rocks, grass. It was ordinary. It's strange. It's definitely here. That's when I discovered something. One rock was different from the others. The surface was too smooth. Look at this. Approached. I touched it with my hand. It was artificial. There were traces of carving. This is a stone pillar. The exact mark that appears in the notebook. Kim Min-soo began digging the surrounding soil. About 30 minutes passed. Something hard got caught on the shovel. There's something. I removed more dirt. A stone slab has appeared. Chinese characters were engraved on it. The Gate of Heavenly Treasury. Ji-hoon read it. The gates of the storehouse of heaven. That's right. Here it is. My heart was pounding like it was going to burst. It was real. My husband's records were real. I took a picture. Stone tablet, Chinese characters, GPS location. I recorded everything. Now go down. This is enough. I was about to stand up when I saw a light. Someone was coming up from below. Who are you? Hide. I hid behind a tree. The light is getting closer. 5 people. No, 6. The man at the front was familiar. This is Park Jae-sok. Kim Min-soo whispered. Park Jae-sok stood in front of the stone slab. This is it. A man who looks to be in his mid-50s. Wearing expensive hiking clothes. Dig the ground. The men behind him were carrying shovels. At that time, Kim Min-soo ran out. President, Min-soo? Why are you here? You shouldn't do this. What? This is a crime. They say it's cultural property theft. Park Jae-sok laughed. It was a laugh. Do you realize it now? Sir, please stop. It's not too late. Shut up. I will pay for my brother's medical expenses in another way. Another way? What? Selling bread? Crowdfunding? Park Jae-sok grabbed Kim Min-soo by the collar. You bastard, you're already an accomplice. There's evidence of both the threat to my grandmother and the illegal trespassing. Don't even think about leaving now. But what? You're already finished. Pushed. Kim Min-soo fell down. The rest come out too. Saw us. Hiding was useless. I went out slowly. There's a grandmother too. And who is this kid? Pointed at Ji-hoon. I'm a historian. I know everything you do. Really? What would you do if you knew? I reported it to the police. Report? It took 2 hours to get here. It'll all be over before then. Park Jae-sok gestured. Men surrounded us. First, tie these people up. No. I struggled but it was no use. Tied to a tree. Park Jae-sok picked up a shovel. Okay, now shall we start the real treasure hunt? Started digging the ground. About an hour passed. Bang. There was a hard sound. What? Scrape it out with a shovel. It was a wooden box. There is. Excited voice. I lifted the box. Opened the lid. Gold glittered inside. This is it. It's a golden Buddha statue. Park Jae-sok cheered. Dig deeper. There's more. The men dug like crazy. The second and third boxes came out. Wow. This is awesome. Faces blinded by greed. That was when I heard a siren. What? A red light was seen at the bottom of the mountain. It was a police car. It wasn't just 1, 5, no, 10. Fuck, it's the police. How? Park Jae-sok saw us. Did you call? Of course. Ji-hoon laughed. We already reported it before we came. Cultural Heritage Administration, National Police Agency, and media outlets. That's it. These guys. Park Jae-sok rushed in. A fist flew, but Kim Min-soo blocked it. No, get out of the way. It's over now, sir. I can't do this anymore. You traitorous bastard. Pushed away. Kim Min-soo hit his head on a rock. Ji-hoon. Blood flowed. The police came up the mountain. I heard a loudspeaker sound. This is the police station. Drop your weapons and put your hands up. Park Jae-sok tried to run away. But one man caught him. Boss, I can't go. We're already surrounded. Let go. I struggled but it was no use. The police arrived. The handcuffs were put on. You are under emergency arrest on charges of violating the Cultural Heritage Protection Act, theft, assault, and intimidation. Park Jae-sok was taken away. Other men too. We were released. Kim Min-soo stood up. I clutched my head. Are you okay? Yes, it's okay. Thank you. Thanks to you, I was able to stop it. No, I did something wrong, but in the end, you made the right choice. Kim Min-soo cried. I cried for a long time. Cultural Heritage Administration officials arrived. I confirmed the remains. You're right. This is the secret warehouse of the royal family during the Joseon dynasty. This is a huge discovery. The camera went off. Reporters flocked in. Grandma, please give me an interview. How did you find it? Can you show me the notebook that was your husband's keepsake? I was out of my mind. Ji-hoon protected me. Grandma, you're tired. Let's do it tomorrow. A police car picked us up. I looked out the window as I came down the mountain. The village lights were visible. The place where I lived for 50 years. A place I stayed with my husband. I finally saved it. Arrived at the police station. Made a statement. It took about 3 hours. I didn't get home until 4 a.m. I opened the front door and went in. I saw a picture of my husband.
Honey, I did it.
I shed tears. Dongsini jikin jio, nato jikyasio. The husband in the photo was smiling. That morning, it was on the news. A grandmother in her 70s discovers Joseon royal relics. Citizen heroes who prevented grave robbery attempts. The phone calls were pouring in. He was the eldest son. Mom, I saw the news. It's awesome. Okay. Mom, you are really amazing. I thought my mom had dementia. I don't have dementia. Yes? I got tested again. At the hospital that Ji-hoon introduced me to. The doctor said so. Pseudodementia. It was because of stress. Really? Huh. And you know what the doctor said? What did you say? They say a grandmother's brain is healthier than someone in their 60s. You will live for another 30 years. I laughed. Then I don't have to go to Seoul? Yes, please, thanks. I hung up the phone. I looked out the window. The villagers gathered one by one. Grandma, sorry, we misunderstood. You are truly amazing. Apologies and congratulations poured in. It was okay. I understand. People were originally like that, believing only what you see. But now it has been shown. Even a 70-year-old man can do it. A week has passed. The village has completely changed. The Cultural Heritage Administration designated the entire village as a conservation area. Development is permanently banned. Instead, it became a tourist attraction. Joseon Royal Secret Warehouse Village. Tourists came every day. A cafe opened and a guest house was built. The village came to life. Residents started a guest house by remodeling an old hanok. The young people are back. I became a village guide. This is where the stone pillar my husband discovered was. Tourists took pictures with their cell phones. Wow, this is really amazing. Grandma, please sign this. I laughed. What happened to Kim Min-soo? I got a suspended sentence. Charges of intimidation and trespassing. But in the end, he abilited prison thanks to being a witness. And the crowdfunding really worked. Helped pay for my younger sibling's leukemia treatment. 300 million won was raised in just 3 days after it was featured on the news. Support poured in from all over the country. My younger brother had surgery. It was successful. Kim Min-soo came to visit. Thank you, Grandma. That's good. My younger brother really wants to see his grandmother. Really? Come anytime. Grandma, what should I do now? Do what you want. There's nothing I want to do. Then look for it. Slowly. Kim Min-soo bowed his head. Sorry. Really? Are you okay? People can make mistakes. The important thing is to get back up again. Kim Min-soo cried. A month later, Kim Min-soo came back. Grandma, I want to work in that village. What? It's a tour guide job. I studied the history of this town. I want to learn from my grandmother. Good. That's how Kim Min-soo became a villager. Ji-hoon wrote a thesis. Rediscovery of the Joseon dynasty's secret warehouse. Announced to the academic world. It caused a huge stir. I also received an offer to become a university professor. But I refused. I want to study here. Next to my grandmother. Thanks. No, I am more grateful. Thanks to my grandmother, I found a subject for my life's research. Laughed. One evening, I sat in front of my husband's picture. Honey, we did it. The photo was smiling without answering. What you've protected for 50 years, I've protected too. And I told more people. Now you will be protected forever. I saw stars outside the window. The stars I watched with my husband. I miss you. The wind blew. The scent of roses came flying in. It felt like my husband was by my side. 6 months later, spring has come. A monument was erected at the entrance to the village, in memory of the late village chief Park Young-chul. Unveiling day. The whole village gathered. My eldest son also came down from Seoul. My father protected this village his entire life. My mother passed on that meaning, and now we will all carry on that meaning. Applause erupted. I placed my hand on the tombstone. The cold stone felt warm. Honey, thank you. Thanks to you, I was able to gain courage too. The wind blew. Rose petals flew. I looked at the sky. It was clear without a single cloud. Rest comfortably there. I will take good care of this place. I came back home. There was a notebook on the desk in the study. It was returned from the museum. It has been designated as a nationally important record. I'll keep the original and give a copy to my grandmother. Unfolded. My husband's handwriting was clear. I wrote a line on the last page. January 2026. Your prediction was right. The village almost disappeared, but we saved it. I love you forever, your soulmate. I closed my notebook. I could see the village outside the window. People were laughing. The children were running around and playing. This is what my husband wanted. This is what I protected. 70 years old, not too old. To begin with, if today's story resonated with you, please subscribe and like. And please leave some warm words of encouragement for the protagonist in this story in the comments. I always support your day.